Julie, and I am working on an illustration of Pacey from my upcoming graphic novel, Pacey Packer Unicorn Tracker. I'm hoping this is recording. I actually cannot tell right now. This is kind of new to me, so whatever. We'll see how it goes. I've already done another Pacey up here, thinking that I was recording it properly, and I've already screwed that up. So I figured I'd give it one more try. um, and you know what? And if I make mistakes, that's okay. You'll never see this. And if it goes well, then you know that the last time I made a mistake. That's fine. Okay, so I've got Pacey drawn here. I am noticing now that I've forgotten to do a line here, which is okay. I sometimes forget to make little lines, and that's what you fix. So I've just gone in and I've gotten a paintbrush tool. Oopsie, I'm in the wrong layer. So we're going to go into the line layer, and I'm going to do that, but it was a little thin. Let me make that a little bit fatter. Okay, that's great. And because I've already done a line and fill layer, that's where you would fill in the things black. I'm just going to do it second. So I'm in the line and fill layer now. I've got to do Pacey's pants. They're black. Now Pacey has, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is you see how there's this halo. Oopsie. Again, I made a mistake. That's okay. I'm going to get the pencil tool. This happens all the time. It's not a big deal. I'm just cleaning up that little halo effect because I don't want that. That's not what I want. You want a nice solid black, and it just means I have to do that. It's a little tedious, but it's okay. Now Pacey has like a pocket and a seam right here, but I drew those in black ink. Not 100% sure what color pants I was going to give her. So what I've had to do is erase all that and then come back in, and I erase the seam out. It's not white. I'm not drawing it in white. I'm erasing it so that there's actually, it's just clear. It's transparent under there. And then because I've removed her line here, I'm going to add that back in so you can see that she has two separate legs. And what's happening is I'm picking up a little of this line that I didn't erase, so I'll just have to make sure I go around it. Okay, so that's where she's at right now, and she doesn't have any extra black, and I'm just going to color her. I'm not going to do any of this extra stuff. So I am going to come over here to my line and make a copy of this, and I'm going to call this 100 Purple. I already did this before, but because I made a mistake, I'm doing it again. So for now it's going to be, I'm actually going to choose purple. I'm going to choose the bucket tool, and I'm filling in her shirt sleeves, the lightning bolt, and her streak. And then I'll take my pencil tool and I'll do her lips. And I am noticing a decent amount of schmutz around Pacey. So I'm going to switch over real fast to my layer and to the eraser tool and come and get this stuff. Now, because I have a couple layers going that I copied, I have to erase it on all of the layers, which is a bit of a pain in the tush, and if I can discover the schmutz earlier and get it out when I only have one layer, that's best. But sometimes that's not how it goes, and so you just suck it up and you do the work. It just takes a second, but then you have to remember what layer you're on. Okay, so I'm on, I want to take the purple and I want it to be only purple. I don't want any black on it, and if I get rid of these other layers, you can see that there's black lines here, but I don't want those black lines. So I'm going to take my wand tool and I am going to click it on the black. And all the black is getting highlighted, and I'm erasing it. Delete. Now it's gone. So now I'm going to deselect. And now what I have here is just the purple. Now that's great, except that for the printing process, this actually needs to be in black, and then I'll put a purple clipping mask on it. So I'm going to take my bucket tool. I'm going to make sure it's off contiguous, and I'll click, and then boom, everything's going to go black. Great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this purple and I'm going to move it down, and you'll see there's already a 100% purple layer there. again, that's because I did that other layer. So I'm just going to merge these two, and that's fine. Okay, so now if I come back and I show you these lines and fills again, everything's still cool. So now I'm going to do some shading. I'm going to go to my 50% purple layer, which I already made when I did the other Pacey. And you'll notice that down here it's black, and that's how it should be. All the purple is coming from this layer right here, which is clipping mask of purple. And we'll see how this is lighter here? That's not because it's a different purple. That's because it's 50% opacity, and the other purple is 100% opacity. So really, apart from the clipping mask being purple, everything I'm doing is this black shade, and it's just a matter of what kind of opacity. 100% opacity, 50% opacity, 20% opacity. And if I want the purple to be darker, I don't get a different shade of purple. I layer shades of gray or black on top of it, which I will show you in a second. I just have to get the shadow, and I think I want a little bit coming off the hair here because the way her head's tilted. And then her arm's numb. She got a little injured, so that's why she's holding it like that. And the sun's coming from above, so I'm just basically doing shadows below, and there's going to be a little shadow on her shirt here. The fingers. I like to put a little like fold in the t-shirt. I think that looks good. And I'm just doing this all right now with my pencil tool. I find that that's pretty good for this kind of filling in. And she's punching a plant, kind of like a barbell kind of situation. And fill that in, and that looks good. Now I'm going to come down to her legs. These are, these are cuffs, so I'll get a little bit under the cuffs. Probably there'll be a little bit here, and that's good. Okay, so we back up a little bit. So let's get some shadow in here. So I've got this layer I already started called gray, and it's at 50% black, and the blend mode is set to multiply, which is really important for this because it will not look great if it's set to normal. Okay, so we're going to fill that in. Uh-oh, that's going to go full purple. I'll fix it in a second. Full gray. Okay, that was because I need it to set to contiguous so it'll stay inside the lines. That happens. I get my contiguous, non-contiguous messed up. You just undo it. No big whoop. Okay, so that's how it looks when you fill over the purple, and her cuffs are also gray, but they're just straight gray, and there's nothing going on there. So I'll just fatten up my pencil and come and get those. Now, this all will get shaded in. I'll do that separately, but I do want to just show this. Like, I like these. It's important to me that there's shadows that ground her down, so it looks like she's actually stepping on something and not flying off into space. And just having a nice shadow usually does that. So that's what Pacey looks like. And now I have to go. I've gotten 2 Paceys done. Now I've got to go and do quite a lot more. The whole process usually takes about 2 hours, but I just wanted to show you a little bit. This is from the graphic novel Pacey Packer Unicorn Tracker, which will be out through Random House July 2020, and my name is Julie Phillipps. I go by JC Phillipps.